Excellent team pick.
Keep banning me has a very low win rate, right? Were you talking about that earlier and we've really discussed it?
I was.
Oh man, look at that. Spirit prepared, instantly sent on Brute in the first phase. But this is a Chen first pick, isn't it?
Could be. Chen is there. Bring it. Maybe. I'm actually interested. What starters have they usually gone for? They've gone for like the Bane Centaur. They've had
10 seconds
like
remaining.
Piranha Earthshaker. They've gone for like Ogre and Pugna.
5
maybe even an
seconds
Ogre
remaining.
and Drow. All of these heroes are still there. There's so many options for Unchained.
Ogre and Drow Chen. Who will it be? Find it in the next episode of Taurora. Catch the answer right here after the ad break. No?
A lot of options to go for, but considering the laning stage, if Team Spirit decide to put the Wyvern in their off lane
10
against the Ogre, and if
remaining.
they have some Drow, I think they're just gonna get punished blood by this point.
Radiant team pick.
And Pugna. Yeah, I think they figured, hey, if our Challenger are not banned in the first phase, they might as well. They can do it in the second one, but we can still adjust our lineup instead of getting our lineup ruined. But Team Spirit, I have the slight feeling they're gonna do their own thing here and don't really care about Unchained. Just taking some very well-placed targeted bans and then just run their own strategy without pretty much caring about what Unchained wants to do.
5 seconds remaining.
What would you follow up the win Wyvern with?
Radiant team ban.
Drow Ranger.
I would say a Drow Ranger. I would say a Drow Ranger. Oh. Was that too late? It was not late. It was early enough on my screen.
I mean, the moment you said Drow and I reacted to it, so yeah, you're on point with that.
Yeah, I like it. Team Spirit just taking it away. That's a great pick here, because not only do you take it away from Unchained, but you also did get Unchained, like themselves, got rid of the PL for you. That is very nice. There's also no Mirana that can jump near the Drow. The Centaur is out of the pool. Like, overall, a very well and versatile Drow pick here, and I imagine Spirit just goes with all these Drow killers now, getting rid of them. Yeah, Ursa one of them. Storm Spirit should be their next ban on the list, if they don't pick it up themselves. Unchained... I know, this feels like the first time where Unchained does not have the better draft in the first two picks for me.
There are comfort picks for them, but still. Drow's picked 10 times in this tournament. Percent win rate.
10
Nice.
seconds remaining.
Been banned 39 times.
5 seconds remaining.
Testing
Dire team ban.
about ranked. She's ranked 9 bans percent. But an interesting factor here is the highest win rates, where the Drow has either been involved as a pick ban. It's, I mean, the hero. Not, so Undying is number 1, Drow is 2nd, and Io is...
That must be all the bans though. Like, pick rate only? No way. Like, how far is Ogre? He should be 4th or 5th, right?
See. 35 times picked, 54% win rate, banned 14 times, and when banned.
And that puts him on what spot on your list?
Radiant team big.
Oh wait, he is. Hang on.
Quick maths.
I think he's ranked 3rd.
Whoa, that actually surprises me. Behind Shake and Tiny. Interesting. Right, that's really awkward. I expected the Ogre to actually be the top pick, because I feel like we see him in every game. He's always picked or banned, but it might have been missing out in some games. Anyways, we have a Bane pick on the side of Unchained. We have a Weaver on the Team Spirit side, and that is... Whew, I would say that's a nightmare lineup for Team Unchained, but I feel like the Bane is fine with that in that regard. Oh, come on, Nightmare, Bane, Nightmare joke?
Yeah.
Really?
Bane
10
is...
seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think that word fits the best. I can't think of any other.
5 seconds remaining.
But Team Spirit, very heavy with their damage dealing. This Weaver is like the so-called position 1. So it might not be the Drow being the most efficient in the game. I feel like this Weaver is the one that...
I mean, Drow is pretty much... Drow is never really the main focus of a draft. You always base it around the other ranged heroes. Drow is your late game insurance, that is the secondary damage dealer. Well, technically primary damage dealer just with the aura, but she just makes sure you win your lanes. The main issue that you could, or the main weakness you can see in Team Spit's lineup right now is, so far they have not picked up that meaty frontline core. Tiny has been banned out by Unchained, they banned the Centaur themselves, there's no Urza to eventually run around, and the Ogre is picked up by Unchained, so they must make sure, and I would argue on Axe here, that Drows without any front line. That is extremely risky.
I'm just thinking about the theaters. Something that they can save the Drow with. One thing that would also come into mind is if Team Spirit decide to pick another range core, or maybe the Axe or something, as a support. Because I think we've been mispronouncing Beaver. It's Beaver apparently. In the end, so Beaver could play a position. Build the Ags at some point of the game. Save people. Oh, I like this race. It's been a while since this guy's been on. Great jump onto the.
I think Spirit wants to pick up a silencer here. It's a really natural hero against the Bane. It does allow you to not only have another ranged support, but also really, yeah, like that, just the utility. Imagine the Weaver getting ganked, you press one button, he's fine, and he can't get killed anymore. Like, you don't have these follow-up stuns. The Ogre is not really useful against the silencer in lane if you just stay behind. So I think raw physical output from the backline is what Spirit needs in a second support position. It would feel a little bit wasted running the Weaver in the as a support if you have that Drow aura to run around with. So this feels like an offlane Weaver together with a meaty tank. And then just run a solid mid hero and have like a Drow Ranger Winter Wyvern line up for the safe lane. Or you pick Venomance and completely screw him over, because Venom is a really good pick here.
He is, especially if he has to go for an alliance type on the side. Good for defending towers against. Kind of slow their push down. Can be a nuisance for the Pugna, but then I think they both kind of work. There's the Venom might.
Dire team ban.
Tulski. That's a first.
While Tusk.
Can you check that? Did we have a Tusk pick bound before?
Tusk has been twice this tournament.
Really? Must be one of the games we didn't cast. Because I'm fairly sure we did not have a Tusk yet.
Also a factor that there are 21 heroes that have not been picked in this tournament so far. So obviously Grimstroke, but Lone Druid, Meepo, Naga, OD, Pango, Pudge, Shadow Demon, Skywrath, and Sniper, Spirit Breaker, and Sven, Techies,
Sand King,
Techies pick, Tidehunter, Underlord, Warlock, Witch Doctor.
Where did we have the Sun King? I really want to see Sun King again, but for like 2 months now, I have not seen a single Sun King pick in competitive. He just feels so underwhelming. He has the same vibe as the Sonata to me, where why would you go Sun King if you can just go Earthshaker, stun people from a distance without getting any risks, and still have that big ultimate that actually scales way better than the Epicenter does.
Played by Wu-Tang against Sata.
5 seconds remaining.
That time, so
yeah, rub it in.
There's several heroes picked. Also some that have been banned but have Arc Warden. Saw the new ban coming in. CK. I feel like Poker ban from Unchained. What would you ban?
So for Team Spirit, you want to get rid of as much D push as possible. I wouldn't even be too surprised if we see something very fancy like a Bat Rider ban. More concerned about their pick, however, because they have that mid pick left open so far. Invoker has been banned by Unchained, so is the Storm Spirit. So that's two of these prime heroes you can run with the Drow. There's no traditional hero beside the Dragon Knight left for mid, who would be, well, pretty okay with I. Strong, it's a limit against a partner.
Radiant team pick.
Alk ban. Okay, yeah, that's a good call.
Ban. Links. Yay.
TA, I was thinking about TA, but then I see the partner and I don't think it's doable anymore. Unless if you're very confident in the hero. Zeus is in the pool. They can utilize that against the Bane, but he does fall short against Wraith King and so most likely not the best idea. They could also be lame and pick Viper. Oh, I nailed it.
Got the Veno. There. Alright,
I like this.
Range, or of slow, amount of stun, control, and push. Spirit's got a very mid-game heavy lineup. Unchained Esports is going to do
10 seconds remaining.
Wraith King doesn't need that much to come
5
online.
seconds remaining.
Pugna and Bane to deal harass early on. It almost feels like one of those games where Unchained are going to have a Pugna game, and then the opponents are just going to shut down the Pugna. I think this last pick is going to be that huge
Tinker,
but instead it is a Tinker. A Wish Tinker? It is a Wish.
This is a really hard style break if you look at it from Unchained. I think they realized that their 20-minute power strat is not working against such an experienced team as Team Spirit, where, well, you could arguably say Team Spirit, they are a little bit on a different level, so this Unchained are definitely the underdogs in this game, despite all the wins. They don't have that traditional 20-minute push now, but what they do have is, if they get ahead, they stay ahead. Because first of all, you're up against a Drow strategy that doesn't want to fall behind, but if you manage to hold your lanes just even, then you have a partner, you have a Wraith King, and a Tinker, and all three of them push outside lanes very effectively, or pushing in general. So you can utilize these to go for smoke ganks with a Bane and the Ogre together with the Wraith King. That's 3 heavy stuns. You can pick off a Weaver with that, you can pick off a Drow with that, you can even lock down Tusk with that easily enough. The only downside this has is that the Winter Wyvern can pretty much freely go on anyone here. If you land any Winter's Curse when the Wraith King is nearby, maybe even some Skeletons, you just blow them straight up into bits, and especially on the partner. So they need defensive items. They must make sure that they never really stack up too well, against like any teamfight hero, and make sure that you do not horribly lose your lanes.
I'm also a bit worried about the state of this pick in a way that the Tusk, those great heroes, are finding the Tinker. So if there's a chance for a little split push happening for the Tinker, I feel like Tusk's got to be around there somewhere. Got the Wyvern as well. Waiting for game 1 to kick in. Charlie Shore, was there a mention about a possible lobby remake? See, but Oh, nice. Good.
Yeah, I had that once, where team just by accident picked the wrong hero. Had to remember. Oh, that's...
Yeah. Let's get the show underway. Get ready to rumble!
Wonderful.
I'm gonna save my hype for later on. My hype later on. Sword carry.
Good one. Predictable. I mean,
30 seconds to battle.
And he walked into the tower vision and trying to bait out sentry. Actual sentry around. But I wonder if they actually tend to dewater this now. That would be really cool if he baits that out.
The next level. Yeah, right, so 10 seconds till start. Spirit. Side runes, unless Hester manages to guys Shukuchi away. The two splits. Expect slash strike with Wagner going towards the top lane for now as a solo an area playing Wraith.
They do have that classic Unchained combo up where they just go with two supports at bottom, try to trade out with stuns and whatnot, but I don't think it's too successful here, because Weaver first of all has one button, then he's fine. I also don't see any true side whatsoever on them. So the moment he presses the Kikuchi, he's fine for any gang, and he already knows the supports are here. He also has Biver to save him with shards eventually, so I think they're gonna split up one of the supports here very soon. He even takes the Ignite level 1.
That one tower hit.
Going on, Weaver.
There's a word down she used.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, there you go, and that's suddenly you're down to only 2 stuns remaining, despite the fact from the Wraith Fire has been pretty bad these days. He got nerfed so hard.
Great way that Unchained. You start off with aggro tri lane. Set up for that. Also, they had to change their abilities around a bit, especially if that Ignite instead of Fire Blast instead of always stun. Tried to make way for Domain in there, but body block for Jehesijo. Think about this Skitter on Venomancer.
Yeah, like, I hinted at the Venomancer from the beginning, where he's just a great hero to just press one button in this game and then die off. He just delivers so much. First of all, you have the magic damage against the Wraith King, together with kiting him around, bringing him low, maybe forcing out an ultimate before the fight even starts. You can also just gale over the Ogre, so Ogre can pretty much never stay in the lane with you, because you just outrun him completely. And then there's the Tinker you can also jump on. Plus, the partner takes extra magic damage when he's decryptified. Even on 2 or 3 ticks, that is a lot of damage he takes extra, and he's not a tanky hero whatsoever.
Domain in. Fever. Test the pull, but damage. Regen is running low on both of these. One cell.
Oh, good shot block.
The charge for down. Also the Crab Orchestra. Here it's Tusk Frozen Fight right after. Area is still tanky. Minus 10 armor.
Yeah, just saving CS for later, you know? Yeah, saving CS. Ha. Oh well. Yeah.
Strike because without a G. CS up to now. 5 on the winter Wyvern. Side. South. I heard that sound twice, but I heard it. Is out of reach, so I'm expecting Celery to either deny himself. Set of Clarity is on his way.
Double stun on Wyvern. Gets a good shot block, but that's it. Finally get the kill. 4th to 10th, and yeah, just picking him off. But man, they lost a lot of mana. Look at all the mana bars at the top of the screen. They lost so much. And slash strike. He got Gale. Oh, Fairy Fire. Can't get the return.
Burnt down on that poison tick. Skitter.
That's what I mean. You just catch the Gale and you're done for. You don't have a fast escape.
When he's, especially like when he's soloed. No, you're not gonna have anybody to back you up. Bottom. Checking it. The Tinker might want. Just grab it away. Is farming 2 waves under this top cover. Where's the Drow Ranger? Level 5. 6.
Yeah, this mid-draw is not getting punished whatsoever. 19 last hits, that's pretty hard. Like, I mean, it's kind of the same situation where Wish and 9 just both get really good farm, and they're both fine with it in the one contest.
Block onto area, they're trying to take down the Raid King. They might be able to do so. 1 hit coming in from FNG, and he just runs up with the Shikuchi under the tower. Is going to be enough damage to finish him off. But Beaver trying to make his walk away from the Ogre with a double damage rune. Get away with the Raid King. And the bounties. Also Team Spirit. 2 for 2. That slash strike managed to grab 1 already.
Stamon has a nightmare. Cavalry has arrived. Fairly low mana on the Weaver, but still has 1 Kikuchi into bottle available. And she just wasted a bottle charge by accident, but still doing okay. Like, Unchained is holding their ground, but it's not the explosive start we both have been hoping for. The Bane is still sitting on level 2. He can't really find levels. Same with the Ogre, only on 3. While the defensive Trident is doing very well.
Again, it looks like they're going to be able to do it. They will. They punished Raid King a second time as some pin was not around, and they saw their opportunity strike, and they might get another one. Crown Orchestra hitting onto the Bane, and that is a double kill for FNG. And this guy, we know he's the guy who usually racks up those kills. Is he going to get the Celery kill as well? Yes, he will. It's a triple kill for the Witcher Wyvern.
Yeah, this is
with Forge yesterday when FNG guy at like 9 kills and 0 deaths or 10 kills, and he was just playing out of his mind when he was playing Bane. He knows the weaknesses that one is going through.
Yeah, I gotta say this Wyvern pick feels really powerful. The fact that he has been snacking experience on the top lane. Now Team Spirit is they're pretty much ahead in every category. Like, they have 2 cores that scale really good into the early mid game. That strat is being executed quite well. That there is Unchained trying to go for a top gank here.
Followed up into the stuns. I'm gonna scale on the puck, but that also suck away the Venomancer, and the kill will be left for the Raven. Chain find their second kill of the game.
Yeah, that is a pretty big thing. So partner can always pretty much go for the Venomancer. It's like a Mexican standoff. If he gets the Gale and some damage first, then he cannot turn. But Venu, he has to run out of the life drain, and that is very hard to do on Venu, who's fairly slow.
7 kills, 7 minutes played. CS is going for the Drow and the Tinker so far. Raiden followed up as 3rd, even though he's punished a couple of times with the Venomancer again here, and could be a second kill. It looks like it will be. FNG level 5 wishes that he had that level 6, but they might be able to turn around the puck. They're going to hit him with the snowball as well, and they're going to take down 1. And Area is trying to make his way out with the TP. Is it not going to be enough? It doesn't look like it's going to be, as 9 has also TP'd in to the top lane, and they take down 2 at cost of 1.
Run, little Ogre. He has no TP. He's so screwed.
Courier.
Yeah, if they find him. Oh, he used the smoke for it on FNG, so I guess, but Celery might just... Yeah, he just suicides into the tower. He doesn't want to give anyone else damage, but still gets the... Yeah, it's gonna be split gold, or at least both of them getting the AoE gold, getting in range, and Tusk takes the kill. Good execution there in the end.
I like the way that they played that courier, suspecting that he's probably still around there somewhere. And Nightmare onto the first, which is going to get 3 seconds. So they're going to have the first. Yes, just enough. More than enough, I say. Very good pickoff on the weak. Like that supports were just sitting in the top lane. We have no team available. FNG was still walking towards that bottom lane. Does have no Juicers available.
Psu getting really far ahead here in terms, like, it only shows half a size in terms of net worth, but they feel very much ahead because they have that draw kicking in very soon. Like, already with the Arcula, 2 Wraith Bounds, having fantastic farm sitting on top of the net worth on a draw ranger, that's the dream draw game. Bottom slash strike.
The ulti off in time. Might actually fight through it and actually kills off Joe with it until he falls down. But that's a 1 versus 2 scenario. I was like, yeah, this is just a standard kill on the Pugna, but he actually manages to hold out long enough because there was no snowball on the Tusk. He didn't have the mana for it.
No stuns is really what hurts Team Spirit. They have 2 stuns in the lineup, which is the Tusk Snowball, or well, Tusk, as well as the Winter Wyvern Ultimate. So you gotta really make sure that you have an answer to the Pugna, otherwise you're really screwed.
Again, this Drow lineup is still starting to get maximum efficiency. It's gonna take a while to change these. Gonna start getting just against this. It's 9 is farming up well, already said. Charging here. The rest of their team's capable of space, but it's only level 5 though. Plus just 6 before the Weaver did. Farm either. So it's kind of like the Wraith King being online. Time as the Drow is gonna be online. The maximum efficiency out of this one. What is this might have built?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Shifting this Weaver into support role. After all, Winter's Curse on the Pugna, chewing off a bit of extra armor. Comes the Decrepify, goes for the ultimate, and he's
not
pulling himself up, and yet he does the same stunt again. And
no way!
With his life on. This is last strike at best. That's a laugh.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Stop the Pugna. Do we have a stun? Oh wait, we don't have a stun. Oh, I'm dead. Like that is something that shouldn't happen, but happened.
Dire's
I'm gonna make that same mistake.
Under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Can't be allowed to happen. Hitter, siege the top tier tower. Little fortress around that.
Structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're just gonna give this tower away. Not a tower of that much importance for them. It's up on the Tinker. And look at that's a beat script onto the Drow Ranger. The Bucket is about to connect. Do we have the damage for it? And Bane gets that one right, so right click on top of that. 650 gold for a Bane.
Wow, that's a lot of money. That goes directly into the Blink Dagger fund or going towards the 4 stuff if they want to. Glimmer is also an option, but I feel like you really want the 4 stuff against this lineup, making sure you have a way to get over the shots, get out of the way of the Winter Wyvern and the Venomancer. Yeah, just keep the mobility up. They do manage to claim that tier 1 on mid. Also preparing that dive at bottom and slowly sieging it with the
Away from the strong tower. 5 half damage. Tower might leave the tower at like 2 health or something. Want to get that tower.
Yeah, they have a partner.
Right click it.
Nice, well executed. They quick maths.
G. The side.
Gets a very good wall down.
Under attack.
Yep.
That's completely unscouted because right now Unchained does not have any good vision. They have one light one here, but look at that vision belt on Spirit. They see everything in this area.
Pressuring has no mana. Snowball off. They're catching Celery the over Magi. Get the catch onto Hestejo and they quickly clean off the Weaver. Celery, their stuns have been used and Ogre's just gonna TP out. However, Tinker is around as well for a bit of rocket spam. Go for it though. But that was a free kill on the Weaver. Celery got away.
Yeah, 9-9, and now Unchained actually claiming the small network lead. It's only 2,000 gold, but this is very opposite to what happened in the early game. The Jar has not come online yet. He's going for a very safe build where he builds into the 4-staff / Hurricane Pike, making sure he keeps his farm up, and then they want to go for a later push. But I think like that very explosive, we take Roshan and then run high ground strat, I don't think it's going to work for the Giant. But against the Tinker when there's so much defensive tools to actually defend these towers. Like Tinker's farm isn't bad. He's still top of the network, 300 gold ahead of the Jar actually. And then you look at the Pugner, who's also only 800 gold behind, stacking up together with Skitter on the Venomancer. I can just say Unchained is holding really well. They're not really. It's not really an explosive draft where they will take it at 20 minutes. I don't think so. But Team Spirit is also not in control of this game.
Gonna pick up their pace when they realize that they. Guys, probably expecting Unchained to maybe farm up a little bit. Start punishing the Pugner seems to be a rather big issue considering push quite Sweeper that was set back so early on in this game.
Dire's middle tower is under
setup.
attack.
They've got a blink dagger from the area. They have everything they need. 1 stun, 2 stun. Damage is it there? No, they fail it just at a small piece of time. They didn't have the Pugner for the Superfly explosion this time, and they might go for a heavy diver or beaver. Diving in onto the Pugner to Gripify, quickly turning around the Nightmare. Venomancer and Tusk is just disarmed in his spawn. And they
Mr. Gale!
The Venomous Gale. And
they go for him.
Coming in from the back, they've got the Gripify, the explosion. They are still spamming rockets. The Gripify is available. Another rocket connection, explosion. He does get some heals out, and that Hood of Defiance popped up as well. But eventually, Skitter will fall, and it's a Stomainen double kill.
So well done. Just utilizing Nightmare to maximum, as usual, just using the full power of the Bane to get an advantage. Gotta say, like, Unchained is looking very strong. I did not expect this. I expected a fairly one-sided early game in favor of Team Spirit, and then slowly Unchained trying to crawl back. But right now, despite the fact that Joy has not really entered this game so far, it still feels so powerful for Unchained, especially if they find any more pickups in this jungle here.
Set up for this bottom lane. They've got 4 heroes on their way. Already looking for the Tusk kill. Left at 14 health. Goes for the TP out. Dodges the Nether Blast as well. TP doesn't cost mana anymore. Dies to the cast.
Structures are fortified.
Wyvern while they're damaged. Now they lose their catapult, however. Which is going to be bit still. Lane got 9 farming up. Drow's also slowed down slightly because farming only a couple casual creep waves and just farming inside the jungle here. Bits.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, Unchained doesn't really see anyone. This is Team Spirit just playing this positioning really well. And there's the Tinker here. That curse, I mean, the Arctic Bird soaring in the air.
Look at how much they actually forced. They forced both Beaver and FNG to stick around here with Skitter. Just they really want to be active on the map. They don't want to sit at their T2 tower and hope for the best. Unchained is just making so much passive space here for one of the cores, especially for the Tinker.
Bane's net worth.
Yeah, he's a carry. More than the Weaver, lol.
Position 3. Stomainen.
In this.
Weaver 1 stun. Quite out. FNG throws his ultimate. Tinker damage from now, but Skitter comes in from the back, and they've got the silence on the Tinker now jumping in as well. They have the control. There comes the Poison Nova out as well. 2 heroes already down for Unchained, and this fight is not really working out in their favor. Slapstrike is trying to do some damage at the blue lines. They've got Stomainen on the high ground with the Aether Lines, getting a lot of spells kept out, but the TP out by area is going to work out, and Slapstrike is still going to fall down. So that is at least 3 heroes down, and Team Spirit are definitely going to take down this bitch. It's also this right, actually going Roche
Yeah, this is the dry strat. Yes, of course they do. Like, they have the dry strat, they just want to fight 2 roads and then they immediately run down the mid lane, try to get a G2 tower locked down. We've enjoyed take this race that's so quick. Just look at him. Look at all the debuffs he has applied.
Dusk. Double flash by Roach. Field, but still he is picked up by none. Give up.
This is just this is what Spirit wants to do. They want to bait them in and then take the better initiation. They're really bad at delivering an initiation on themselves, but they have to use defensive tools, especially with the like half.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
To the maximum here. This is why they now go for the defensive items, especially on the draw. Already the BKB stacked up. The Weaver is still going towards the Fusel Blade. He had a fairly weak early game, so that's quite natural. There's a Hurricane Pike on the way for the Venomancer, and the Wyvern most likely looks towards the Blade now.
These were shown at 50 just a second ago after that chunk. It's almost 75% for Unchained and part of that is Brown Strat. Lighting them, but that's fine. Right. It's the 8th line. So he has his basic items. What do you want to get on the team? Do you want to go for the sheep stick?
Aghanim's game. Absolute Aghanim's game. You want to make sure you have that missile and laser spam. You're up against 4 heroes that deal a decent amount of physical damage. If you just get 1 or 2 lasers out during the fight that bounce around, then you just have the upper hand.
See several Spirit heroes contesting the runes and they don't want to end up in fight. Take.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They've got all
Radiant structures are
like they got the quad root, but there's still one. Up slash strike should be power. One more explosion.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Power taken down. It's Stamana. Tinker is TPing bottom. They might find a drow kill here. March 9. The tree didn't show himself. Smart. Celery. Some boards. Now they see 9. Now they're going for him. The Drow Ranger, he's trying to make his way out. Oh, very close. No! Just couldn't see him. Just couldn't see him in time.
Again, missing out on a kill. That's like... they need the pressure. Unchained really needs to keep the pressure. Like, look at the time. 21 minutes in. This is their golden time. They always go for something. But now they're slowly falling behind, as in they don't snowball as much. This is why you see these almost desperation smokes trying to find targets. And, oh, this wall feels really bad at bottom. Immediately dewarded as soon as they have vision.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Trainer realized that they're scouted.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Tower. Trade. Respawn. Then R4 heroes around this area. Especially.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Jump in now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Chain.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He is not going for X. They don't. Because I was also expecting that maybe he will decide to go for the axe, but does go for the Dagon after all.
Yeah, interestingly enough, like, maybe you want to burst them because you have to partner the lineup, which I would understand against these squishy heroes, but I would still really prefer the Magnums. I don't think you follow with Dagon 5 here. Like, maybe Dagon 2, Dagon 3, and then build into it, but you want to make sure you have that extra power from afar.
About this Team Spirit, they're trying to fight here with the smoke. They still have 8 up 30 seconds. Celery's gonna scout these smokes. They actually walk straight into it. For the greater cause.
Oh, look at the rotation.
They get the D4 ward as well on the ward that was placed down on that stair. They're only going to lose one hero, and the Aegis will expire in a second, so that could be picked up now.
Right. So, Team Spirit's golden time is pretty much now. Like, the Aegis is about to run out, so that's no longer an option. But you need to find the pickoffs. They see the partner here, they see the partner there, but they can't really lock anyone down. They can't find that Tinker in the sidelines, which they have the tools for. They have not only the snowball, but they can also use the Winter Wyvern. You see FNG already hovering over there in that area. Gotta make sure you don't get initiated on here on Skitter. Lots of support coming in. Ooh, that's a really long feed script.
They're trying to catch up the feed script, but it's not going to be there in time. They're going to treat Hillary for Skitter. Wish in the middle of this, he does get the Nightmare off, and he can kill him off, and Stillmaiden gets him, and that's a 3-for-1 just like that. And they don't even need area, but unfortunately, it doesn't catch 9 or Beaver. Chain pulled this fight. Patience is virtue.
So, those are 3 pickups, only using the Ogre. Also making rotation towards mid would be fantastic if they find the killer, but they're already dodging because they have that ward on the high ground. Actually there's a sentry right on it, but they don't have the vision set there, so they don't know they're actually sitting under the ward. A bit unfortunate, but partner, you gonna check? No? No, not checking. I think Tinker might be, but they have better targets in mind here.
Getting some Team Spirit's hero. They try to go for a little poke. Way quick. Actually interested in looking what is this Rage King situation. Link decided to go for the Radiance. Like, oh yeah, he still hasn't bought the rest of it.
Oh, area. Ooh, gets the blink out of Invis. Attacked by the Weaver, but gets it in time and makes it to safety. It's been so close.
He also did the Wyvern at the same time. Good reactions there.
But, oh no!
Actually blocking the Weaver in.
Oh no!
And he's fine.
Oh, this feels so bad. This is where you fanatically ping your task and report him after the game, since the pub game. But, this must be so... This must be very frustrating on the Weaver, because you finally find a kill, an option to put you back on the map, get back into the game, get some farm, and then this happens. Just...
But... Finals as a best of $1 price.
Is under attack.
The difference between the first and second team, $4,000. So $7,200 for the winner, $3K for the second place.
More than double, that's for sure. Would be nice winning for both of the teams. Spirit already established, and Jane just clinching their first big win. So why not make it double? You know, more and more.
Roshan will be up in 20 seconds. It's gonna be a half-a-minute Roshan spawner.
Look at that play at bottom. Stamon, he's just sitting there in this near the shrine, waiting on somebody or the Wyvern to pass by and try to gank the tick into this Fiend stripped them out of Invis. They are on the vision though, but this time the Ogre actually finds it and they finally get the D-ward there. So they establish vision over this area, because this is their approach. They want to make sure they have this jungle and the bottom lane under control to siege the tower.
A bait with a drow. Right behind him. Saved the drow range rate. Jumped on him on that bottom. Towards the mid lane, we are still fairly spread it out on Team Spirit. Have TP available. Shadow. Migrant waiting. Celery himself. Is he gonna take the
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The swarm already will not connect. They slash strike, they see area, there's a lot of heroes themselves.
But they're sieging this slowly but steadily. There's a Lotus Orb on the partner, so they can't really show them him.
Both teams see each other. But he's in hiding, pretty much. Well, Unchained might have an edge here back there. Slow siege.
Oh yeah, they do. they have the Tinker. And Tinker is just excellent at this. Both Tinker and Partner just sieging a tower down.
Spirit. We're just gonna go for Roach now. Screw our tier 2 tower. See you later.
Yeah, good Roach. I like this move. This is very risky. It is bold and risky, but they know they have the vision because they look where they place the ward here on the high ground. Like if you put a ward there and it doesn't get dewarded and whatnot, and then you know there was no vision within the last 2 minutes, then it's pretty much guaranteed there's no vision at all around the Roach pit. But it's a T2 and some light damage on the T3 at bottom, so gotta make sure you keep the focus up.
Such a smart move by Team Spirit, realizing that Unchained are playing this mid area slowly. By the time we lose the tower, we're gonna have to back away anyway. Let's make something else. And realize that Roche is up. They had some poison wards there. I'm plague wards, so they knew that Roche is gonna be up and just set to go for Roshan while Unchained were still sitting in the mid area. Such a good play, such a good read. That tells of experience.
Unchained, 29 minutes now played, only 28 kills, well, only 28 kills. Still a very slow game in comparison. No significant lead for any side, but we have a Tinker farming on one hand, a Drow on the other, and actually Venomancer getting a fair amount of farm himself. But where's your big edge here for Unchained? You need to find these pickles, which is hard against all the Venom walls on the field. But, look at Bane, he's gonna do it.
That would have been the way to go. Axe on.
Astaman is still in this, completely unscouted there. Now they find him and now they feed strip him.
Just curse, however, FNG trying to interrupt this attack with the best that he possibly can. There's another Gale connecting onto 2 heroes, but the damage is coming out from the Tinker. Beaver jumping into the back as well, going for Stillman. Skinner is already down, 2 heroes gone. This is dead as well. Celery falls to a 9. It's just dealing an insane amount of damage at the back lines, and they have lost 3 big heroes. And Area is gonna be getting himself out, and so is the Pogna. But 9 just came out of nowhere. FNG bought the time for Team Spirit, and that fight was over sooner than we thought.
It was an absolute disaster for Unchained. Only getting the Venomancer, and they couldn't finish him off quick enough. Tinker wasn't in range for the Dagon. They couldn't blow him to pieces. And this is, well, now it's an entirely different story because you just took a fight on Team Spirit while you have the Aegis. You didn't even use the Aegis. You still have about 3 minutes remaining on it. They can pretty much pick the objectives, and what they want now is these 2 towers at bottom. They look very juicy.
Again, it was a second Roshan. Who picked the cheese? Question.
Dire's bottom tower is under
I don't think I saw the cheese being used.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Chain.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tower.
Deutsche plus counter side who should win.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Well,
it never even tipped over the 60 mark. It's only like 55 at maximum. Very even game, but look at this Starster. There's 2 towers in no time and they're not done yet.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now heading towards the high ground here, dealing a lot of damage into it. They have 9 with the Aegis. The Nightmare up on him is suddenly taken away by Skidder. The Cliff has been used up as well. There's some positioning here. Half the Pogna pushing the top lane, and Weaver almost gets forced to use the BKB and the time-lapse area. 10 seconds until his ultimate is going to be up. They might be able to kill off the Wraith King before he even gets the chance for it. They do actually use the Nightmare to buy some extra time. Barrett are backing themselves away. They finished off the tower. They're happy with it.
Tinker Toll.
So managed to hold the top.
Yeah. Concedes to Hestager. Hestager with the BKB, like, that was very close. If they lose Tinker then this game completely swings around the other way again. But in fact, they do claim it to 3. It's a seizable amount of damage on the range strikes.
They've got the Nightmare up on the Venomancer. They're going to find themselves Tusk kill at least, and Wish wants to find more. Dodges that one.
Wind skirts.
Onto the Great King.
Really good dodge there. So you saw them all expecting this and just walking in a delta split away from the Wraith King. Got him.
Got him. Nightmare himself, but very well be able to back away without any first casualty. Is Tinker dealing 3.28 damage?
Right, so split grouping ultimate sob. It's still so even. I can't tell if going to take it. Like, Spirit has a really great advantage here, taking the first racks and everything. On the other hand, Unchained, they do prove that they can still pick people off with the Dagon combination on the Tinker. Like, he's also going for the BKB next, so he doesn't get unnecessarily chain stunned up by the Winter Wyvern plus the Tusk afterwards. Just making sure you stay out of sight. But you look at Unchained. They like, again, let's group in this area on the map. This is the area. They don't care about the top or mid lane. Tinker can push these out for them. So they just make sure they slowly but steadily get the tower at bottom, and it's up to Team Spirit to actually move behind them and actually try to get the pick off. And now with the Aegis, this is going to be a little bit more risky, because if your Jarv falls and he does not have a buyback right now, he just bought out on items.
Yeah, he bought on Manta, yeah.
Yeah. Then if your Jarv falls, you lose 40% of your entire damage.
Spirit with a very limited 2k lead. They are the ones in charge of this gameplay, how these fights are going. Then again, they don't want to force these fights too early, and any mistakes could keep payoff seats 8 seconds. From Team Spirit. Nullifier coming up for Weaver, so he is going to be dishing out a crazy amount of damage. He's going for the Yules just to get that extra cancel for Bane, the Med Flanker. Take this also as a save for yourself. Ranking instead, Shivas. The Halberd, the Sun, the Weaver.
Tower is under attack.
He doesn't have a Lincoln, so
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Halberd, but they also use it on for it. Slash Strike going for Axe.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is because he does not want to get interrupted again. It allows him to basically sit in the fight and just stay alive just by the bare mind of protection he has himself against the Jar Engine with the Decryptify. You also have to load stops so you don't take any unnecessary snowballs, or at least dodge them out and just get relocated. So I feel like this is the right item for him. And Unchained, they still have a good shot at this game.
35 minutes passed. Very even game between these two. We've been witnessing a crazy streak on Unchained Esports.
Smoke gank.
On their way into the finals, and Team Spirit being the more, being the so-called upper hand in this series. Great streak going on, and Team Spirit just playing very stable, very sure, and confident. Dota finds Celery, who popped their smokes, and he's happily gonna take the. He actually just stands still and takes the bullet.
Find him, and they bail out of.
9 is still looking for a kill here. He finds Snowman, and yes. Takes himself up, the sentry put down on the ground. Tinker almost getting caught. Wait, doesn't observe. Oh, it's there. So Slash Strike is actually fine. Tinker already.
So again, on one hand, you still have that Tinker pick, and you actually have a lot of money stacked. I mean, so you can buy the BKB very shortly, 200 gold plus having buyback, which is very smart. We've seen games where Tinker saying like, I won't die, I'm fine, I'm barely in any danger this game, and then it just happens and you lose. So just making sure you have that buyback as usual, and now they're just trying to take this the very, very long way. On the other hand, downside there is they really have those stacking heroes. Like Venomancer becomes a very respectable carry in the very late game, also has an Agon scepter picked up, only lacks the initiation item now, beside the Hurricane Pike. You do have a Tusk who can scale, okay, he still delivers a lot of CC. Of course, the Jar being the only truly hard carry beside the Wraith King, who is not that strong in the late game anymore.
A true carry. Just gonna be up in 5 seconds, and Unchained are going for a smoke with 4 heroes to follow them up right away if something happens. Risky move around the mid area. Bane is already undetected Drow instantly jumping on the Bane, but can they get the catch onto the Drow Ranger? He's silenced, he can't get it off the off in time, and he's going to make his way out. There's a big beast pop for the Weaver as well. The Drow Ranger trying to make his way out. One down first, and there's Venomancer buying into the fight as well, and Bane just has to use the Nightmare to keep himself up alive for just a bit longer, but Arians come in and they've both fallen down. There's the Tinker throwing out some rockets in the backline, but they've already lost 3, and they might even end up losing more. Wish does not have a team. Oh no, he gets sniped by 9. And Team Spirit just take down 3 heroes and force the buyback out of area. And
to the Roche pit.
Back.
Yeah, this is
back in the game. It's Roshan.
And they need to go all in here on Unchained. They need to prevent this Roche. This Roche goes down, and this Roche sits on your high ground and will take 2 of your side lane Raxes.
Oh, he's sitting there undetected, and now they finally see the Winter Wyvern. He might lose this gem here, but has the Joe getting nuked up, and they're going to lose the Weaver. He does not have a buyback, neither does have the Winter Wyvern, and Wish is just chasing onto Skinner. A 3rd hero down, and it's looking, Team Spirit just might be losing even more heroes. Area trying to keep the chase up onto Beaver, looking for 9, but he doesn't have the detection, he does not have that
Tusk.
gem. And the gem is still here.
Beaver should be out.
Still here. Celery.
He knows it's there. He has the ward. He sees this, and this is the Roach actually going to Unchained now. Unless there's a crazy snipe, but I hate it. Yeah, these buybacks, they look very panic mode, but it were the exact right, perfect call. Like, nothing else but that would have won them the game. Now you have a Tinker with an Aegis, meaning he can pretty much offset his entire buyback, only losing the money. And you can also pressure the mid lane very efficiently, because they don't know it, but there is no buyback on the Weaver. He actually doesn't have the money, neither on Venomancer, which they should know. It's a cooldown, but for the Weaver, they don't. Oh, they find the jump.
For Team Spirit, they get the jump onto him, snowball onto the Wraith King, but then again, he is still holding his ground. He's got the cheese available as well, but will pop his ultimate first. 40 seconds will be on the cooldown. Stormman gets the catch onto Beaver, and they take the down. Look at that curse. It connects onto so many heroes, but then again, the Nightmare is still playing a bit of time, but the Tinker Aegis has been burnt away. There's the beacon being popped by 9, but they want to close that distance. They want to keep him from throwing any extra hits, which pops his beacon up as well, and 9 is still throwing out those hits. They're going to get up. The Tinker doing a lot of work, and Wish is just wanting to finish off even more heroes. And Beaver is the one to fall down. And they take that tower. Stormmaiden goes down as well to FNG, and Hesta Joe, he's hungry for revenge. He is really hungry for revenge. Has that nullifier available? Does he find Slash Strike? Does he find Area? Frozen Crab Orchestra gets stunned up, and he goes down. Hesta Joe did the mistake that he should not have done, and he dies as well for again. Oh, what? This is the game. This is the game.
Back and forth. Just look at the net worth. Just up and down and up and down and up and down.
Indeed. And this is game.
Same with the plus. Yeah, like there's a reason they both finished top of the groups.
Definitely.
Right.
All
So
right. 520. That's 48 kills. We keep this killing pace on. There hasn't been that much fighting. There's only been like singular pickoffs and pushing objectives. Very patient gameplay. But we still have this many. Farmed up as well. Pogna with the axe, the Lotus Orb pick. Wraith King has finished off his Shiva's guard. Building that halberd as last item by the looks of it. Off gem.
yeah, they want to be reset here on Unchained. They don't want to go for these high tempo plays again. Taking with the buyback status, still 4 minutes on the Tinker. They want to wait out of because there's no Aegis. Then as well, yeah, 4 minutes also on the Wraith King. You can't really make the hard pressure here. They have taken your 2-3, so they might just choose to go for the shrine instead. I don't know, I've been working on it actually, but yeah. Oh, he also has level 25 coming in, so that's the reason they just stick around like this. Because that is a lot more damage on an Nether Blast. 320 damage on tower. That seems good. 280. Sorry. Quick maths.
2 tower remaining in the game. It is an Unchained side of the map that Gem picked up. Wants to go quick Force, but almost gets Slash Strike, and he might be able to one-shot it past the Dagon on the Tinker, but they finally they take him down with just the rockets, and those mini stuns are really, really... Weaver manages to recover the gem back onto their side, and Wyvern also has a buyback.
Oh, Wraithking just goes!
Might actually take that Skitter, they've got the Bane ultimate, and if they're going to finish off this Venomancer, just get the Hurricane Pike moving away area to his side of the map. After the low ground you go, but Unchained want to keep this push up and alive and keep on going, and look at 9.
Oh, the save!
The Digrify save by Stamainen, and Celery will take the bait here in the front line. He loses that gem onto the ground, and it's both gems on the ground now, and Wish looking for a chance to maybe jump in. Area is in the middle of this team fight. 9 is trying to make his way out. He is Decrepified up as well, and this Wraithking is still chasing him down, but he still has that Radiance, and even whoa, he gets stolen. Oh, no, he's gonna get stolen backwards, and does he get the jump? He doesn't get the blink. He even has a bug on him, even though he was still stolen. Yeah, probably gets the Venomous Scales as well, and Area might be in trouble. Does have that cheese available. What is happening at the backlines? Unchained is trying to keep that push alive. A Refresher Shard has been used up, and they get a Lotus Orb cast onto the Wraith King. He does have an ultimate available again with that Refresher, and so he will respawn a third time. The Wraith King, the real king, is back into the game. An Ogre is going to be spawning back, but he's not going to be able to take part in this team fight. Team Spirit is trying to keep this base and this fight somehow going on, as they've already lost their mid-ranks. They got the Winter's Curse on Wraith King onto the base. Hestajo wants to deal out some damage. They do get the silence onto the Wraith King. This quickly going to get a Lotus Orb, but they do not save their teammates this time. And Slash Strike going to be chased down, gets blocked by the shards. The Soul Ball is there as well, and it will be a costly loss here from Jane, but they managed to get the mid-rex. But he's still fighting with all of his strength. And he buys some time for his team, but
they do have mid-rex, but at what cost, Panda? At what cost?
4 heroes down, 1 buyback from the Winter Wyvern, and mid-rex gone.
Yeah, actually, interesting. I did not see how he got the Refresher shot so fast into his inventory after the cheese. He must have swapped it in because he had practically 0 cooldown. Not sure if it was actually dropped on the ground and he picked it up again for a second. But that was very, very interesting. Like, he was a little bit too far ahead on the Wraith King, but he was making space. And that's his job this game. So you now gotta make sure that you have Martyrs to defend your high ground, but with 2 lanes this is kinda hard. You don't know where they actually breach into your high ground, and in fact they are rotating into those bottoms, so Joy's already there, and that should result in a racks for themselves here as well.
Starting to deal that damage onto the melee racks. We'll get these block racks. At least the melee racks. Over range. Risk it. Have catapults on their way. Very, 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 very far away though. Stacked up.
Team Illusion get the red tracks. Yeah, taking strike as well, just taking the light objectives, the ones they can easily get without any risks involved. Because it goes for both sides. Yes, you have a buyback on 9 on the Giant, he's not dying for a long time now, but you have to make sure you don't fall off.
Or he has to wants to get that Nullifier up on the Weaver, but instead uses it on Celery. Nullifier Magi. There's the Weaver, and now he does get the ultimate off, and also the Winter's Curse used up on the Bane, and they might be able to take down the Tinker, who is being controlled. The Nightmare is used up as well. Tries to get himself out. And he gets it up, but the fight is fully breaking loose. Hestajo is down. Wish just stealing out damage here at 9. If they lose this round, it might just all be over here for Team Spirit. They might be forced to use so many buybacks, but he is able to run away, get the mid-racks.
Get the mid-racks as well, and not for many kills, only buyback kills. They didn't manage to find 9. If they got 9, it would be a different story, but this does set Unchained very far behind. They have to immediately even out the score. Roche is still a good chunk away, unless it's a fast respawn, and even then it's about a minute. So yeah, they're already skimming across the map, they want to find that top Rex, I imagine, just to have the advantage on one of the lanes instead of evening out. Because Tinker, he can hold against Meca fairly easily. Like he can always, or at least like the side lanes, he can always keep pushed out even if your Rex is falling down. But it's a different story because in mid he isn't as safe.
Well, this is a very tight game 1 to start things off. Spirit are still holding their high ground. They've taken 2 sets of racks. They're 1 set of racks away from taking megas, but they had their bases also been breached from the mid. Sean will spawn in 1 minute. This time at chain side. It's just shifted so that Team Spirit can no longer base unless they're 5. The way they play against this Tinker mean, if their lanes are pushed in, they're probably in a more happy situation than getting the risk of being picked off side lanes. But you can't really sit in your base and turtle, because if you're going to do that, you might lose your fight, you might lose your base. Chase onto the Bane, and they want to get this Bane kill, and they might actually be given the opportunity for it, but another grab by Slash Strike Skater going really deep here inside the jungle. Creeps are pushing in to the Dire base from the bottom lane, and they've got the Grip to the Venomancer, another set of rockets going in, a bit of mini stuns coming in as well. And
a pause.
A pause. Okay, so do you agree with me with the Tinker fact being it's better to be in your base than outside when lanes are unstably pushed out and pushed?
It really depends on your game plan. Like for Unchained, at this point you need to bring the pressure. You don't want to ever get pushed in, because Tinker has to take these risky plays in order to keep the lanes over the river. If you get boxed in here, Tinker can defend one lane, maybe two, with the support of his team, but all three lanes, if they get just pushed in and you have chip damage left and right, then it's just the easiest way to slowly but steadily lose the game or lose the objectives. So I would disagree. I think they want to make this place just like right now, where hey, go on Tinker, he's right there, you can easily pick him off and then just use all your tools. BKB, Lotus Orb, Decryptify, and then he's practically untargetable. Sir.
Haste in everything.
Alright, King Spirit going for a smoke play here with F9. Beaver. Disco lights in my... Well, it's not sure if the electricity is going down or what's happening. But area gonna get fueled up into the air by the Tusk. Shard block keeping placed around the same time. What is Unchained gonna do? Roshan is up. Both teams know that this little ugly bugger is up there again. Catch here. Stomainen is completely undetected between them. There's the Tinker TPing in as well. Has the already popped this BKB, and Unchained don't need to take this fight.
The Wraith
back away. They've already forced that BKB away.
Area's in and the guild is missed, so I don't. Come on, you can get it. Just jump on them. Would you say, yeah?
A bit here. Wish. Great.
It will be easy to bring down the Roach as fast. I believe Spirit still has a smoke available, if I kept count correctly. Can't see one.
It'd be nice if Steve smokes are in the door, but look at that, the Graphifier to Hestajo, and he's going to blow up when he gets his ulti off just in time. Hestajo manages to make his way out, now 9, initiating onto the Pugna, but he gets Nightmare up in place as well. Stomainen goes for the ultimate, the Drow Ranger is gone, he is blown up, he doesn't have a buyback available, and Team Spirit are scrambling, they're still holding and waiting. There's the Drow Ranger buyback coming in, a Tinker might be initiated on, and they won't be able to save him in time. Is he going to make it out? Rearms, tries to make his way out, and he's only got that one bug, but he dies, he ends up doing dead, and there's the fight still going on. Joe. There's another hit coming in from 9. Finishes off Stomainen. What is going to be the next result here? They've got the Ogre. The Tinker is coming back. The buybacks are coming in, and this might be the end of this fight. This might be the end of this game. Wish goes for a double kill. The Pugna is going to end up falling as well as he gets that to Grifify off just in time. Area reinitiates with the Blink Dagger, trying to get another stun thrown out as well. Beaver running in with the Snowball, and he is looking for some pickups as well of his own, but he just can't find anyone. And Wraith King is moving at 168 movement speed. This bulky guy is just not moving anywhere. At the same time, Beaver trying to make his way out, and he will end up getting killed off by the Sheep.
Finds the tough chair.
Nightbird in place, and what an unbelievable fight. Unchained might be able to clutch and close this game 1 right here, but they're shot instead as they out of the approach is probably up and will be going to
finally get that rush down, and for this time Spirit has nothing to compete there. They can no longer go for the rush, but not with the Jar dies. If the Jar dies now, this game is over. Like, same applies to Unchained. They did burn a lot of the buybacks, but if you look at it, still Slash Strike and Area on the Wraith King Pugna respectively still have it available. That is a lot of the frontline core, especially Pugna, who is so hard to kill in these fights. Like, he reaches up in between, he has a Blink Dagger, he has the Lotus Orb, he decreptifies himself, and he's just non-stop being super annoying, and the only answer you have is another fight on the meter. which if you can't fight, then the partner just offers you so much in the fight. On top of that, your Jar is just getting run down by both the Tinker together with the Wraith King, and it really seems almost impossible for Team Spirit to reach the backlines to quickly kill off a Bane or to quickly kill off an Ogre, and these have a lot of stuns. You can't underestimate that.
It's almost starting to feel like Season 1 finals. Remember that 100? Get another marathon like that. I'm fully pumped up. I'm just so ready for this. It's great that last team fight was just a display of talent and teamwork. That was so well implemented. Despite that, Weaver, BKB being poked a bit, had it
Smoke gank.
Finding this aggressive smoke.
Oh, Weaver.
Base has to Joe.
Oh, if he only got him there.
And they know he's on the high ground.
They had the vision, but they couldn't lock him down with the feet. His grip wasn't in. Just jumping on the high area. Watch out there. Don't take the risk, say.
Keep back to base. Keep creeps pushed out that bottom lane.
Yeah, this is hard.
The change here is that they have to Tinker.
Yeah. Precisely. They have to Tinker to always be back at home, but Slash Strike doesn't really find any access to the T3 tower, so that's why they're shifting towards the bottom lane right now. They're fine fighting in this little square on the map, but they gotta make sure they have access to the tower to slowly start bursting it down, because it doesn't matter at 50 minutes in if you sit in front of the enemy tower for 5 minutes if you don't do any damage to it. What's up?
Look at that net worth. Roller coaster. Really rocky roller coaster now.
Healthy heart rate.
Live here. Look at that.
Oh no!
And then again, Nightmare up. Fever to great chance for Team Spirit to take a fight. How's it gonna go? How are they gonna be taking these heroes down? They already managed to take down the Wraith King. They also take down the Pug now. Instantly going for a buyback. He does respond. In comes the Venomancer held in place. Skidder is disarmed and he's helpless here. He gets punished. And that's the dieback. That is no Venomancer gonna be coming back.
But area.
Yeah. Time area. He still has that Aegis.
He's just getting killed by the Drow at this point. It's not tank whatsoever. The Drow is hitting for 400 a piece for any modifiers, and yeah, like you don't have much armor on the Wraith King. Alright, so you gotta speed kill.
Now.
1.5 minutes.
The Pugna back, who just bought back after dying in that team fight. He's gonna join them now. Air here just goes for the front line. He doesn't even care. Has his ultimate available to see what he wants to do. They need to take some damage onto these objectives. They need to at least finish off that tower, and they've already got area pocket. His ultimate is gone. Still has that Aegis available. Their tower damage is so limited without the Pugna. Finally shows Slash Strike. He needs to be careful with his positioning. Last time he got caught. Very easy target to blow up. They're gonna go for the Growl. Look at that damage just soaking onto that Wraith King, but the Decrepify the goal. Venomancer.
Minutes on the timer, so does the Tinker, so this can go either way. There's one on the Weaver and one on the Wraith King.
Wraith King, yep. Ultimate just came up cooldown, still holding onto that Aegis for another minute, so I think they might have to give it away.
He has so many ultimates, and he still has the refresher.
9 doesn't give the satisfaction of destroying a melee Rex, he takes it down.
Yeah, every little gold piece counts, you know?
Yep.
No shrines available. On the map, and ooh, this is very risky with the Wyvern. He's a little bit out of position. Hope he doesn't get sniffed out by random here.
Sorry, yes.
Sorry, don't do it.
He's swapping items. He's gonna put it down.
Oh, this is so risky, but this could pay off so well if he finds the jump here.
Oh no, he reveals himself, but FNG also goes for the ultimate. He's got backup coming into the backline. Has to and Sigurdur. They want to get that damage done, and they want to take down this Pugna. They want to kill the Tinker as well. They've got the feed script. They've got the Weaver held in play. Hestajo might just be ending up falling down here. The Tusk is also taking a lot of damage here, and Team Spirit will lose their first hero in this team fight as Weaver gets hunted down. I mean, the next FNG is going to be followed up by the Wraith King here, and he's just taking so much beating here. Still Maiden holding the Weaver in place as well with the Nightmare. Two heroes are already down. The Winter Wyvern coming for an instant buyback. And this fight is just so spread out of several multicasts by Celery onto Skitter, and he's trying to go for the TP out. Is he going to make it? The Rocket Stun is dead. Venomancer is dead. Skitter is gone. It's a triple kill for Area, and 2 heroes gone from Team Spirit and Unchained just might be able to win yet again another game in a row. No buybacks on these 2, and if Unchained only knew they could take Megas, they could really take the Megas.
Fortified side. They have everyone. There's no reason they should lose initiation though. Like 50 seconds remaining on the buyback for the drive.
50 seconds on the Wyvern also. Gonna punish Area. He doesn't have that Aegis anymore. Has his ultimate up and running. 3 towers, it's gone. There are no more tier 3 towers remaining.
And Joe!
Jump for 9, and he might be able to take him down. The Manta dodge pops the BKB up as well. He's trying to get away from this Wraith King. Gets the Hurricane Pike off, and he will pop the ultimate away. But Wish is on the chase. If these rockets, I don't think it's going to be enough damage.
They just want to rax.
Kill about 300 members, but they found the Winter Wyvern. He's not going to get his ultimate off. But also, Area stuck in the trees. He's not moving anywhere. The multicast. Now he gets some damage up on Snowball. They take down Snowmaiden. Wish on the jump up to 9, and he wants to take this Drow Ranger down, but he still can't do it. Or is he going to be able to? He gets the Shiva's Garden up as well. And the BKB, the Dagon, will do the job. And that Drow Ranger is gone for 2 minutes, and Hestejo up for some revenge. Strike heals up to Tinker up as well. The Dire Courier dies at the same time. They don't even care about it in this case. It's already mega creeps inside Team Spirit's base and Area, and Celery are still inside this base and looking for more. They're chasing down the Weaver, and there's FNG with another ultimate. He's got 3 guys held down. Is the Weaver going to be able to hold out? No, not this time. But the Drow got his buyback up and running, so he will be back into the fight. And Weaver also with the buyback. This is the last time fight for Team Spirit. Are they going to be able to hold it? They want to take down the Pugna, and there's the Wraith King popping up as well. Is there any damage follow-up to this? I don't think it is. Wraith King will fall, and Team Spirit, they hold their base.
They hold the base, but at what cost? At mega creeps and a lot of resources. Buyback on 9, buyback on Hestejo. There's practically nothing for them available besides the Venomancer and the Tusk buyback, and I don't think these have any impact. We've learned so far that, well, the best counter to big Wyvern ultimators just don't have any physical damage, and there's nothing they can do. You have the Nightmare available, the Decrepify was up and running, and the Wraith King has not enough damage to blow anyone up at this stage. Like, he's basically, I'm the front lane, hey, look at me, I'm flashy, please hit me, and then he just has like 7, 8 ultimates to him because of the last 4 minutes. Just absolutely insane. So all
goes down into a serious situation because Unchained are having to hold their base. They have to fight against Team Spirit, who are going all in with this push, and they want to make some damage dealt into this base. They want to end this series now as well, as Unchained want to keep them going and take this fight for themselves. They've got the team. We're holding the Venomancer in place. Wraith King pops for the first time. Celery gets another stun onto the Weaver. Wraith King is just getting nuked down so hard, but he does have his ultimate available because he did pop that refresher orb, and he is up and running again. Celery and Wish at the back. They get the stuns onto the Weaver, and they're so close to taking him down, and they have taken the Weaver, and he is gone. Wraith King is also still taking damage. He will not respawn a 3rd time. He's still getting hit by 9, and that Wraith King is being held alive with the Nightmare save, but he still ends up going down, an Area down. Skitter is also falling, and he does go for the buyback on the Venomancer, and it is a very tough situation to be in. The Wraith King also gone for 110 seconds, but so is the Weaver, and it's a 4v4.
And slowly but steadily, yeah, they're crawling over the map and like and spreading up in mid for some reason. The bottom wave was pulled towards mid, but you're going to run into troubles. You do not have a Tinker on Team Spirit. They do not have that hero that just indefinitely pushes the side lanes, makes sure the negatives never reach the base. You have to deal with the Tinker. This Wraith King is up in 90 seconds. He's also going for a Manta Star now, just so you have that additional dodge. BKB is too expensive. Well, he doesn't want it. More like, hey, let's go for the Manta Style instead, because why not? Next Roach also on the horizon. 40 seconds remaining. Pretty sure they're gonna scout it out. Next Roach will seal the deal. Whoever gets it, most likely for Unchained. Like
crazy 61-minute game already. Roshan, yep, up in 30 seconds. He's gonna take it. Are we gonna see a little stalemate showing up now because buybacks are
I don't think so.
6 or 5 minutes?
I think you just wait for the next Roach if you're Unchained. You have one buyback on the partner coming up in 30 seconds. The rest has very high cooldowns, but I think you want to take that, because if you trade your Wraith King lives or both of them for Jar or for Weaver again, then you just have to better in the fight. The Tinker is always in the backline, rarely gets killed unless the fight is going very, very bad. He's 15-5, sure, but he's providing so much damage in this game.
So, Paul, how are we doing today?
I'm doing fine. Mediocre games, you could argue.
I think a deserved finish for the tournament. It's been a fun 2 weeks so far.
Yeah, especially following Unchained and the insane Centaur plays. Whoever was not there earlier, they made a fantastic game today. 19-0.
19-0 in 11 minutes, winning the lower bracket finals with that. That wasn't even game 1 of the game 2 finish. Sean that has spawned is being taken by Unchained here. You can see
on place.
Dealing that slow damage. They've got the shards, they've got the vision into the Roche pit, they have information about Roshan's health pool. F and G double.
They're baiting aside. They want him to jump in there, but the Sigil is there to scout out. They have to get rid of it somehow. This Red is just in the front line, like sending the man illusions with the Radiance up the high ground just to get some vision, and this is so effective. Like, keep in mind, the Weaver is back home. He has the movement speed to always enter the fight, but he still needs a little bit, and somebody has to defend.
Fair has already figured out, like, where the fight is going to happen. Where's the secondary area we want to be in, what play boards at their back. Back into the Roche pit we go. It's another...
It's getting so low. Roche hits for so hard. They just take
damage. Set of shards to the pit. She's just about to go down. Who's gonna take it? FNG.
Oh no!
Oh no! Now the Aegis is on the ground. As the Joel, that's just the Aegis. The Weaver takes it for himself, and suddenly Team Spirit are taking an upper hand.
He has everything.
But Stolmanen has to catch on to the Drow Ranger, but Unchained are scrambling. They're in a very awkward position to take this fight, but they manage to pull up the Aegis, but that was supposed to be their Aegis. The Tusk is in the river. He ends up getting flown up Estido. There's the buyback coming in from Beaver area, trying to make his way out. He just gets held up in place again. The Nightmare used up on him to dodge some damage. He uses the Manta. He's a very tanky boy. Is going to be making his way out as well, and what is happening at the backline here is the Tinker trying to blow a Castigo run, and he
gets the triple.
A very cool kill, might even get a
yes, of course.
To get even more heroes. He's running out of mana. He doesn't have anything left again. Skinner is down, and Unchained might be able to take down FNG as well. They're chasing him away. He does manage to TP out, but no buybacks remaining, and Unchained into the base we go. They just gave away the Aegis, but that's GG. Game 1 is in the books. It goes for Unchained.
Look at this net worth graph, just up and down the entire time for 65 minutes. In the end, pulling it in their favor for Unchained. Or even for Spirit in the end, they actually had to lead.
Have to throw it out for the people. Are you entertained?
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Yourselves together and get yourselves ready as we are now going to game 2 between Unchained Esports Team Spirits in round finals of the Taurora Invitational Season 2. I'm Team Panda and I'm joined by Autumn as my co-caster, and that one game just had, that first game of quite a marathon draw strat, and what could you describe Unchained?
It was okay. Average game.
So a draw
I hope this
is an okay. Okay, go with that.
I really hope this is like the okay game in the future, that we just up it from there on out. But we had some crazy team fights with like, what was the total, like 9 buybacks in one team fight? I believe so. Yeah, I think Team Spirit learned a lot here, but again, they do start with that Winter Wyvern. A little bit of a better pick, because there is that Mirana, and ooh, interesting, Mirana's Silencer, the immediate counter. So, we had this argument before, but I'm pretty sure the majority here did not catch that argument. Silencer versus Enigma, tell me more.
Well, how do we put it? Your ultimate counters the other person's ultimate, but Enigma is not played as direct person who just wants to jump in first with that big black hole at especially like the mid-game stages of the game. It's too easy to read, and pro players, pro teams, they know how to play against it, so you have to use something else first. So in this case, you've got a ultimate requirement to get vision. The itemization choices Enigma is to pressure your opponent early on, and that's where Enigma is stronger than Silencer is. Harass is better. Plus, the vision given from pulse to cut trees, you also get that easy lane pressure early on. Plus, that tower sieging takedown tier 1 goes early. But it feels like the Enigmas we've seen so far, with the Soul Ring on the helm of the Dominator going into something like Pipe, maybe BKB, maybe Blink Dagger, all of these 3 items, of course, showing up on, and sometimes you just ditch the Pipe idea completely, decide to go for the Blink BKB and just build up a pressure right after you get a secondary ulti. It feels like it doesn't do enough in the mid stage. You can of course do some split pushing, look for openings, use your Malefice to set up for those fight kills or solo pickoffs, but that's the extent of it. So you need something else for your mid game that's also tanky, but also capable first. Otherwise, the Silencer is just going to global silence you every single time. The Enigma is going to be walking in circles like, oh.
Yeah, and again, there's the task, and immediately into the Ursa again from Unchained. Ooh, that's a fast pick. Fenrir again. I see a pattern here. A little bit. That's like Team Spirit just swapping out one hero without running the drone, making sure that that they have the majority of the team fight again. But I know, I see 3 big ultimates and I see the Silencer, and I feel like if they get the first pick and then Ursa just straight up jumps on one of the cores with his silence backing him up, then Unchained just takes the team fight, right? Like, you just start at such a big advantage where you just get rid of one of the core heroes on the Team Spirit side, that you just might be able to run over it. Unless the Tusk, of course, gets something along the lines of Yules or an early Greaves, which I highly doubt at this point. So he can actually save people. Also, no Chen ban and no Chen picked yet.
Yeah, I'm also like
just saying,
could be good for that lane pressure chain. Set up kills. They could keep on going on Answer, though he is the venomous killer. Chen army. It might set up Chen getting killed instead. Chen could be stun, like being not necessarily like this or
Sand King. Okay, I tried. Come on. Can always hope for the Sand King.
I'm trying to see potential. Doesn't feel like
yeah, there's none. I just really want to see Sand King again. I miss him. Please come back. Yeah, I could see a leader just going straight for the mid lane. Has not been banned just yet. There's still 2 bans for the mid lane to be taken, so they could take the advantage here and then just make sure you ban the usuals. I haven't seen the Warlock yet. Wouldn't be too bad. And oh no, it's the one Wind Ranger. Run!
The tackle shop there. This is Ursa will be by area. Wind Ranger will just on it. The guy who's really just support. Keep your eyes open. If you didn't catch his Bane plays, you're gonna watch this.
I swear, if he's gonna, I'm gonna lose my shit if he's gonna win another grand final with shackle shots. Like he won the Rampage series completely alone. Like yes, his team did his part, of course, but he just completely ran over that game 2 in lockdown. It's like the same with the Centaur in the lower bracket final. Just absolute great performance and just demoralizing the enemy to a point where they just don't want to play anymore. Just tap out. It's also one of these big games for Unchained. Like if you think about it, they haven't played Team Spirit before, so they're completely new. Team Spirit, on the other hand, they could observe them for quite some time now. And it almost feels like, hey, if we beat Team Spirit here, we have our name on the board, because then they can actually like approach these really big teams and just take them down. They narrowly lost to EG in the open qualifiers for the Kuala Lumpur Major, for example, in a round of 8, just getting a little bit unlucky in the seeding, and since then they still had really close games. Like Unchained is getting out there and they're slowly climbing the ladder up to that tier 2 invite, you know?
Both of these teams are something that if they keep on going with the performances they've been showing later, it might have a bit of a rocky road, but in this tournament at least really good. These 2 teams are ups for minors. PC Tour. Definitely.
10 seconds
Talking about
remaining.
from Team Spirit, so this is a standard Unchained hero.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's see, we've got the Brute Mother is back.
Radiant team pick.
Arc Warden to be safe.
Yeah, Warden's been banned once but never picked.
I think it's a safety ban, because they don't really have big answers to it. Ursa kinda isn't the best hero against it anymore. Wind Ranger dies to the sheer amount of magic damage before she comes online. Mirana is a terrible hero against the Arc because you just get absolutely shot on. Silencer, yeah, he's a support. Like the Silence helps, but with all the supports on Team Spirit, it would be a no-brainer. But I'm gonna get out of the window and say Lycanthrope for Team Spirit, because there's not much to actually restrict him in this game beside the Shaker Shot.
Trying to see, they've got the Wind Ranger and Silencer as supports, they've got Mirana and Ursa as their kind of mid-pick.
Might also be a Husker here.
Alright, yeah, there's a Husker available.
It's...
Team Spirit doesn't really have any physical damage. They pick Husker, what does Team Spirit pick?
Well,
Team pick.
let's find out. Storm for now.
Okay, that was another hero I had in mind.
Yeah, that's like the classic mid hero that if there's no direct counters, might actually be the leaner for Team Spirit now, making sure you have a stun in the mid lane. You can also follow up quite nicely with the Tusk before the Storm is level 6, so you can have that, you know, before we had that dual lane meta, just Tusk rotating around the map, having ice shards into leaner stun, just getting kills all over the place. That might be an option they want to go for. Anything else is very... They need something that really turns this draft in their favor. Right now they have 4 heroes with great synergy with each other, but now they need something that even like that manifests it all together. That kind of, you could say, chain them together.
That's what I like about the Storm Spirit pick, is he can always find the Wind Wyvern, silence him up, and try and force the Glimmer Cape, or at least force the Winter Wyvern out of the fight, forcing Enigma or the Venomancer or the Tusk to take action for Team Spirit to counter-initiate. Enigma is good in these, you already get the catch onto 2 or 3 other heroes than the Storm Spirit side. So if you see, say for example, the Wind Ranger and the Silencer near to each other's, the Enigma's going to jump there and black hole these 2 guys. What you want to do is blow up all the other heroes unless you get play, then all you need to do in the late game is catch the Storm Spirit. But early on, you need to catch every hero that has some kind of crowd control, or if they've already used their ability.
Realize where you don't take a lot of damage, and if you take damage, that's fine for you, just trading out better. You don't really struggle against Mirana and Silence. You don't care too much about the Silence once you reach the armlet. The only thing that is dangerous is the Ursa. So if you manage to lock him down, you have a Snowball, you have a Black Hole, you have a With a Wyvern ultimate, then you should be absolutely fine on the Husker.
So where are you gonna go?
10
What were
seconds
our
remaining.
predictions?
We both lost. We both
5
that Team Spirit.
seconds remaining.
Because I need to get that one. You know what? Unchained Esports and 38 minutes. That's my prediction. Oh. No, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. Come on. And then Team Spirit is going to take game 2. Let's see how we... also want to mention here in between, so the victor for the Taurora giveaway already shouted out. So the person called Scambo_HS. So Scambo, congratulations, you've won yourself an HP monitor by Twitter or through Twitch. So congratulations on your screen. But let's see. Is Team Spirit still gonna be having the weapon this game? I really hope Enigma is gonna win one game, just because I'm biased. Just because of this one hero is what I'm biased towards. Hope they can make some really big plays happen with this. We saw some Black Hole Msi yesterday, and is it gonna be another story for Enigma? We'll see. Laning stage does look rather confident. Enigma, because he is going up against the Ursa.
Prepare for battle.
Remains to be seen. Ooh, Mirana silencer for the offlane.
Strike is going bottom.
Oh, they're dodging out the Husker. Yeah, they're just putting the Ursa mid, aren't they? With 2 Shatangos to offlane. I like this. This is very smart. As long as they do not show it off, they're just gonna run. Yeah, they're gonna run area together with Stoman, most likely in mid, just making pressure on the Husker, making sure he doesn't get anything. So I like this. This can work. Like, Team Spirit will not, like, they will not scout this out until the very end. You already see Slash Strike hiding at bottom. They do have to run in place, so this will need some swapping later to make sure the Storm isn't solo against 3. But for the safe lane, like, an Enigma will struggle against the Mirana and the Silencer. That's too much damage even with the items.
Even with the idol, I mean, he can still pull off this lane pretty well, but the weakness of Enigma, if your opponent is diving you power, which is pretty much most weakest, so if ever gets that lane push in his favor on the tower, a great opportunity. Quick tower dive and maybe a first blood, but we don't really see those happening. Kills are usually dealt in front of the tier 1. Say, for example, if you look here at the bottom Radiant area, usually kill happens somewhere around this area. Say, for example, Creep Wave is some here, of course, backwards. You get stunned from a hero coming to the left side, another one coming from the trees, or he just direct straight during that. That is usually the area.
Learned nothing.
But Enigma is
I agree. There's always a lot of kills happening in that area. If you know what I mean. No? Oh, come on. I tried. It's really hard with these names to make any jokes, okay?
I'm looking at it right now. I did catch what she said there. Pit versus the Hustle, starting off with the Burning Spears.
Right.
Missing a lot of hits on the high ground, so Ras, it's missed.
Yeah, neither do of us do a lane mid. Well, Enigma, he has a decent amount of region, you could argue, top. It's okay.
That's the way to go for it. Usually what I like to add on top of this is 1 clarity. So
What? A clarity?
Yep.
You're betraying the holy mango.
What you're basically doing is you have 6 tangos, 4 mangoes, 1 clarity. You eat up 1 range creep, instantly pop clarity, you back up full mana by the time you have showing up, and you still have to.
It's very efficient.
For 2 denies, it's that simple.
So
I will do his best here. I mean, her best. She's actually getting a nice amount of CS or Stuck with that 50 right-click damage, helping her with this CS Department 9. Getting 7-1 versus the Ursa 5-1. There, you could almost talk about a legendary Stormator win. We could definitely call it legendary if, after this series, if this ends up being a victory with supports. Set before he's already done it once. Slash strike has to fall. Snowball used, shards used, celery. Picks up his level 2 from the. Yeah, should be fine.
Yeah. So. Still surprised about the Storm Spirit on the safe lane, because on one hand it seems to somewhat work, but he's only through a full outfit, so I'm a little bit scared he won't get enough. Like, he might as well have the same impact in the Husker lane than this. Like, if he just sits behind, and now he also has to share his experience, it's not really that that one up you wanted in terms of laning phase.
About FNG's team region here. He's just spamming these splinter blasts away.
Area.
Shackle saw actually 9 hits and taking more damage than he probably would have wanted to. Still mainin. Where's the damage complete? Now, Rana's at 14 CS, has to Joe ill. This is the good main for the. He has that level advantage.
Oh, Shackle mid. Can't reach 9. Oh, he's gonna get punished so hard for this. Actually, 9. Has to fail fire, but this should be enough.
That's the first blood. That's a double kill for 9.
Yeah, this is just Husker mid, overextending against burning spears. Just absolute disaster in that regard.
Scaler misses the venomous scale in the bot lane. They've got the slows onto the Veno. They're trying to keep the distance between these two. A couple body blocks thrown out as well. Has a snowball if needed. Versus the healing salve of the Tusk.
So you mentioned the Enigma. Like, the Mirana is still doing fine in terms of getting some last. It has the early Arcula, is working towards the model, but Innocent Enigma is still dominating his lane, and the Mirana tends to rotate early away. Level 3 or almost 4 in the Mirana, while 5 1/4 already punched onto the Enigma. So
levels on Eidolons, and Mirana's only got 1 point.
Shackle mid.
Not enough damage.
Oh, this is so good. Is it enough? No heal? Yeah. No heal level up, of course.
But dies in the top lane, Wish using all of her leap charges to just waited for the Eidolons to expire, using the leaps. Very smart play there by Wish.
Classic. Saying the Enigma has the lane, stupid casting, immediately gets killed.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's usually the timing, like when you see the Eidolons expire, best time to go in, because that's when Enigma's the most vulnerable. They usually want to use the Malefice with the Eidolons just about to multiply.
Going on 9 again. Another Shackle. That might be enough if they want to dive here. Oh, look at that block. So good.
Yep, sure.
But wait, there's more. Oh, is there?
He does actually manage to take down the range. Venom and Psu TP.
Oh,
for area.
Another kill, I guess. Mango and go. Aww, yeah. I should have went for the Mango, you know, but he bought out, so he didn't lose any gold.
It's a 4-for-4 score now. CS is going in favor of Enigma and the Venom, followed up by the Piranha and the Storm Spirit. Full 6 on Enigma. Has picked up that black hole. 9, one of them. That is very important. Playing up against this in their lane and just deny all of your idle if possible.
Yeah, don't want to give it away. It's same with the Brute Mother experience you mentioned earlier today. Just make sure you don't give unnecessary experience away, especially to Mirana, which is already a little bit behind. Well, caught a little bit up with the kill, but still, he should have no problems on this Enigma lane.
Especially in that scenario where you're already behind. You don't even want to give that small opportunity to bounce back. Accelerate getting initiated on in the bottom lane, just into the tree line. The snowball will connect onto the silencer. One charges, but you know, to save him. Slash Strike trying to do his best here. Necessarily gonna have the damage to kill these two because they are dodging the remnants. He does have 8 stick charges and should be fine. Together can't close the gap, and now the silence are TPing in. Gets the slow. They're gonna be enough.
Just sunstrike.
Scale just ran off. He's
just need to sunstrike him and he's dead.
Right. Oh, nice dodge. Actually connected auxiliary.
Thank you.
Mid lane out, whatever. So main and wind run just in time. Power shots. Bit of extra damage onto FNG pops from those Raven drops. And the spears just run out. 20 health remaining on the Wind Ranger. She will survive.
Yeah, also have the rotation from Wish. This gives Enigma even more space up to just completely reign over this lane. 34 and 28 denies. He has as many denies as the Mirana has lasted, and she's the second highest farmed hero in the game.
Some of them are...
deny. And for me. Love damage here on Wish as well.
Attempt with the shackle shot on Ursa. Oh, mostly turn around play here against 9. Just to do some damage, but not enough. Not enough this time. Invis in the bottom lane, and I think the Wyvern wants to use it. Waiting for a double. Max efficiency.
Invis and haste. Run someone down. Not on Wyvern, but yeah, make sure to pick it up. There we go. And get unlucky. Haste top. It was a haste.
It was a haste.
See? Simple. Just on the wrong spot.
Or area.
Yeah, hasted up, guys, no joke.
None to take lightly. 10 kills total. Ben leading the net worth. Second is Mirana, followed up tightly by the Enigma Husker for both tight. Slightly behind is the Ursa with 5 CS against the Huskers 28. Tackle shot attempt again. Having a range up on the area. Wish is also rotated now to the mid lane for that one arrow possible.
It was a very blatant attempt as well.
They got the shackle shot, they could have gotten the arrow.
Oops, salary bottom. Get caught off guard. Not even by Gale. Yeah, just the chance, not even the snowball. Charlton getting random level 3 poison sting, so Silence is not enjoying this game whatsoever. And yeah, you mentioned like this Enigma, he has the half of the Dominator almost completed 9 minutes in. This does not favor Unchained. They still have to prove themselves here to get something on the board. Shackle. There we go. But yeah, gets the value point.
Stack up a bit. Arrow. Used it. Yeah. Yep. They will have the 9 kill. Just to disengage.
It's a bit of a weird smoke.
Yeah,
Scattered of FNG.
I think this smoke is more just a very basic extra movement speed. They won't see where boards like Wish put that one up on the
And that's an May I smoke.
The FNG is drawing on the map. They're coming top.
Tower is under attack.
Doesn't that smoke it. Yeah, really good wards placed down on both the mid cliff and also the top. I mean the bottom side bounty, which will spawn in 10 seconds, and this tested by Unchained.
They won't buy her. Can land perfect shackle here.
With your shackle shot, looking for the angle. Good, get Skitter.
So well done. That there with you.
And onto a wind run. There, Ursa's coming up as well. Just very lucky to back away. If only they had something like an ice shard to catch them. Enigma waiting on the high ground here.
Pocket choke point. I like it.
He ate your choke.
But it is a Winter's Curse of Cooler. No, this does give 4 runes away to Team Unchained. Oh, look at that shot! Oh, maximum range on the silencer.
That and the Husker dying. Storm Spirit. Not even sure if Ursa did anything with that.
Oh, let's talk to our friend, the fight recap. And it doesn't show anything, as usual. Oh, got that. Aramid completely blind. Oh, just finds it from the trees without any setup from here. Like, very well done. Just from the high ground, from the shrine.
This is first Unchained because they lost their bottom tier 1 tower for mid tier 1.
And the kill. To the Roche we go. Or not. Oh, come on, area.
They are on the
you want it. We both know you want it. I think he's considering it.
The only wards that's been placed down is on the bottom side of the map, and they've already gotten the tower from there. server wards placed down by Team Spirit. They were effective on that. Now,
look at the area.
Tower is
Area getting his morbid mask. Leave Saman. Yeah, this is actually. Yeah, Saman got the Javelin actually. Also, like, it's just still around. I know it's Saman. Like, actually having so much fun from the mid lane, despite not being a core there.
Debating your support actually transitioning into it.
Hello FG. How you doing today? There's a tree.
FG will take any damage from Roshan. They're trying to save it.
Yeah.
Versus as much as they can.
They're trading, sorry. They knew they can't get anything.
Yeah.
Just back
and then trying to run for it. Wind run is popped. Doesn't be Alipus. Classic Enigma from your hand. There, you're having fun.
He wasn't having fun.
But this is the thing, like, they have the Dominator up and running. Now he can find himself something like a Catapult, Hell Bear, or for the Troll with the weapon. I don't think they're going to really utilize the Sentient. They that would need that. They need something like a root so that the Storm Spirit or chase down supports with the Hellbear, or just push them with the aura that it gives. This is basically just trying to enable the Eidolons. They are multiple. Yes, they most damage onto the Ursa. Already using Rage. Slash Strike is on the high ground with the Storm Spirit. For the opening, gets the Shackle shot again by Stamana. The Snowball will connect onto the Prana, but they know the Global Silence is actually on cooldown.
Area really low.
Yeah, but they don't have damage. Like they have this sustained damage, but they don't have any quick burst available.
Going again. Still here, but yeah, he's done for. Like, Silence is just he's getting traded here. Like, his job is not to provide anything but just frontline, making sure they bait on the tower, try to do as much as he can. He's the one button man here. You press the silence when they tell you to. And Husk actually falling again to slash top. Even with 3 points in Berserker's blood, must have been really low. I actually did not catch his HP pool in time.
That is not a good pick off to go for Husker like that, because 9 was having a good lane. Now he is 6th. Okay. Punish more and more. You want to use this Husker the way as you do with the Viper. Lane very active early on, but the more times you die on this hero, it doesn't even matter to Unchained at some point. You know that this Husker is not going to have those huge items. It's not be that snowbally hero that's basically going to walk over everything. He does kill off the Silencer, might be able to kill off the Marana, but if he keeps dying to this Storm Spirit, he's never going to get an 8. It's a smoke by Unchained.
Easy shot.
Of course, the top fireside jungle 9 is already backed away, but FG, you see the Splinter Blast being cast.
You have learned, nothing.
He wants to get the bounty rune.
Oh no! At least he got it, but still that's a Winter's Curse for bounty rune. Just imagine if he didn't get it. That would be so horrible. Like, Winter's Curse for absolutely nothing.
Stupendous.
3 for 1.
Let's see.
One better. This bottom.
Ooh, gets the Dominator creed.
He got the Hellbear Smasher. Right by here, 1.5 minutes. So that heat is gonna expire. The amount of damage, a lot of explosive items in area. Shackle shot attempt by Stamana. They're running out of mana. Stick charges available. Wish with another arrow. Catapult.
It's actually very effective if you take a look at top, because Slash Strike is still pushing out there. And oh no, Ursa, he's underwater.
Tower is under attack. Radiant
JC,
structures
they
are
can't catch him.
fortified. Dire's top tower
If they get this
is under
get this
attack.
1-for-1 trade, this is insanely good for Unchained, because they let Spirit waste so much time here. Like, they need a long time, and in fact they will get the time most likely even before them.
Yep, they
Because top is still pushing well. There's a catapult, there's 3 range creeps. Might even pressure them to go back towards the high ground, because this is a pretty big creep wave actually running up here.
Dire's
Storm, either keep on going or come back.
Radiant's
Snowball
bottom
still gonna
tower
get
is
away.
under attack.
Arrow. Bit late by Wish. Yeah,
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
that was a team spirit ping. Not that area. What about area? The Aegis is about to expire.
I gotta watch out you don't get sniped the moment it runs out. But that never happens, right, you panda? My bottom.
Oh. Silence.
1, 2, 3, leap with me. Isn't enough.
Getting caught by that last. Slash strike is in the area. Shot onto 2. Storm Spirit.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He's so annoying with these shackles.
Kiss and bye.
He has like an 80% hit rate on double shackles. It's insane. I'm fairly sure, like I'm 100% sure, I talked with Dragon Drop about this. There is a button. As soon as you reach like a certain MMR, you just get a button, hit shackle shot onto. Like whenever I use it, it doesn't.
Look at that. That is, even though she's a female character, that was a real alpha male move.
600
gold.
For 180. On a split kill, because good old range creep got to the kill. I'm pretty sure it was range creep.
Arrow, Storm Spirit. Star Storm.
It was not lust, but skill.
Star Spirit.
Starstorm Spirit?
Star Spirit.
Storm Spirit Star? Mars? Is this you?
I'm talking about Mars that tripping out in December.
Yeah, just like the artifact better. Oh wait!
Alright. Okay. That might hurt someone in a Beaver, chasing the Wish, still has 1 lead charge. There we go.
Yeah, max leap, so he's absolutely fine. Until it's taking a little bit more easy this game, not trying to for that big approach. I'm fairly sure they know that if this goes late, they win this. They're pretty happy with the Husker lineup actually not pressuring them as much. However, the Husker does have a lot of money. Take a look at 9. Has the full armor completed. He can go for the entire Sunch or the Talisman of Evasion towards the Halberd, which is a great item against the Ursa in this game. Against the Mirana too, actually. So he has 2 uses against it. Can also utilize to pop any Lincoln Sphere on the Storm Spirit, which he's not building into, but eventually that might be an option for Unchained here. That Wolf the Heroes goes for it.
One thing, talking about itemization choices, Storm Spirit's deciding to go for Bloodstone here, which I disapprove because so much time taken away from this hero actually being is the way they want to play it.
I think I agree. Orchid seems good for him on the first glance, but you don't want to end this game out. Like, an Orchid forces you to constantly pressure, constantly take pickoffs. But I want to have the long run because Husker gets weaker and weaker. And another leap. Oh.
So you're getting held up on the shackle shot again. 1 pickoff as never. He tries to TP away. Is he gonna die in the fountain?
You have learned.
Close one. Close one. Oh, he still dies. Yep.
Seems good. Husker here.
But you were saying, we were talking about the Storm Spirit.
Oh, I was done. Like, I'm just agreeing on the blood. I think it's the item you want because you want to push this away, get it very late, and again, blind arrow. Well, not completely blind, but on the rune spot gets it lucky. Taunts around, takes the rune. Perfect.
Now, also Enigma, but Guardian Greaves this game. Smart pickup, remove silence. I like this, the way he's thinking. Guardian Greaves is kind of a fallen off item on Enigma. It is something that you used to always.
Isn't it something you only build against the silencer these days? If you need to purge it off,
no.
Like, isn't it like the best way?
No, there are ways to fight against it. Like, depending on if you have a hero in your team, snipe.
Out of my way.
Say for example, you had a hero like Storm Spirit, just jump on the the silencer, just quickly force out the global silence, or kill him before he gets it out. What you could go for instead of the Guardian Greaves is have a pipe and a Lotus Orb, so then you have magic resistance and armor. Especially in this game when Mirana, Wind Ranger, Silencer, Storm, they all deal magical damage. Want to get a pipe on your, most preferably on the pig.
Okay,
So,
I can see the pipe here because there's a Mirana on the field. There's also Storm. We can reduce the damage quite nicely. So what is the reason he actually does go for the mechanism over the pipe? Like, is there anything I'm missing here?
This is no flame, but in my opinion, Guardian Greaves rushed first against the Silencer is it's kind of like a basic player's item. It's an easy way to dispel.
It's not the 300 IQ play on Enigma, you're saying?
Yeah, but there are a lot of debuffs on Unchained side. All of those. If you stretch out team fights, it's good for a hero like Husker, because when your heroes drop low enough, they get extra health regen and armor if they're around the hero. Husker is one of those heroes, so he gets even more armor, even more health regen when he stays. If the Enigma stays around.
That rage just a little bit too late here. Still, yeah, she's
so fixated on the Enigma. But yeah, the Aegis pick up for Slash Strike. That's a cheese for area, I guess. Yeah.
For the hunt.
So, Unchained taking a small lead here in game. They are already lead in this series, 1-0. One victory Unchained, and they win the Taurora tournament. Spirit need to get a tie out of this, so but they are both playing some defensively. We haven't seen the Storm Spirit off the Husker in. He has a Bloodstone.
Yeah.
He has an Aegis. He can do very aggressively.
He can,
what
but
Team Spirit wants to do, them to bait him out.
Yeah, this is a really good bait actually. Oh, okay, now the Enigma shows, so they must know, but Team Spirit on one hand wants to bait the Storm, on the other they really need to get rid of these towers, because a Husker's threat depends on like locking your enemy to the space so the other cores can farm. But if you still have that tier 1 and the tier 2 mid, you still have a lot of space you can actually utilize. And look at the map, look at two of them, even Celery pushing a bottom, he's most likely going to get sniped if he isn't careful. But yeah, in mid you have the tier 2 getting pressured, at bottom you have the tier 2 getting pressured, and this top is died. Talking about dying, Slash Strike. Oh, has to zip enough? It's a dodge. Okay, yeah, it's enough against the Gale. Almost died.
Husker is taking damage. Global Silence used up by Celery. Wish tries to go for the TP away, and this time he will actually survive. Didn't get into the first lane of Storm. Trying to quickly get back to the top lane and help out Ursa. Very long zap. Joe should have maybe gone for the Black Hole play, but then again, he has the Aegis up against you. He still uses it, but it gets cancelled. It's too late for it already. Stomania comes in with the Shackle Shot. That's your Black Hole cooldown, and not even burning the Aegis on the Storm Spirit. So this is a big for Unchained. And that is classic Wish voice lines.
One of my favorite voice lines. The best one is at level 12 though, let's face it. I will not repeat it here, but...
I'm running that high leveled up. I only got the Enigma. I love it when you're playing an Enigma against the Silencer. You just pop the voice line. Silence is golden.
Sorry.
Stupendous.
But then again, the score is 14-15, very high up.
Just like last game, like not really not yielding an inch to the other team, but I still would favor Unchained is in control of this game. They not only have a little bit of a lead, but they're also getting tower advantage slowly but steadily. It is even on the board, but they have to better pushing power and splitting power, and especially this Bloodstone, which is not really getting controlled so far. I like it. They can make a lot of plays with the Storm Spirit if they want in the fights. And ooh, okay, insta TP on the Wind Ranger.
Zip, jump on the back. Zip zap. Came up in the air. Now goes for the jump onto the Storm Spirit, almost burning away the Bloodstone, or actually the Aegis of the Bloodstone. Ursa jumping into the fight as well. Wants some to deal with as well, but he's also dropped into half health, and Unchained are actually losing this team fight and quickly trying to run away. The cheese has been disarmed. There's a halberd used up on the Ursa, who does absolutely nothing in this team fight, and Unchained looked like they had the upper hand, but they couldn't deal out enough damage in a short enough time. And Team Spirit, with a hero like Venomancer, they're gonna win these extended team fights. If the fight goes on for that long without losing anyone, Team Spirit's damage is going to overwhelm Unchained really quickly. And that is exactly what just happened.
His Aegis still has a minute left, but he can't really utilize it. Like, without your Ursa, you're nothing in the fight. He has the BKB time to dodge the Halberd. After that, he's done for. If they don't get the perfect jump, there's nothing you can do. Get some light damage on the top tower, but not enough to really justify taking this fight with the Ursa.
Gonna have to take their time and wait and reset a bit. On the net worth now, not only that one hero lost, to almost a 4,000 gold swing. Just for one hero. Just look at the net worth chart with 5. Actually, all 6 heroes are so close to each other. 6 scores.
Yeah, we're also really slowing down if you take a look at the kills. Only having 3 kills in the last 6-7 minutes. Like, not many pickoffs. Ooh, good blink mid. Almost got caught by the shots from Vivid. But he's just using the Aegis. You get that region, so if you start zipping while it's running out, then the region still keeps applying. Like he can quite literally. It's also stronger than the normal region rune, so you can zip across the entire map with it. Just for fun, pushing out.
Alright, there's a 9-second BKB on Moran. Looking for Skitter here. Back up for him. They don't know where the other heroes are, but actually it is Domain taking the bait mid lane. Skitter has already gone away. Wind Ranger gets under the Shackle Shot onto the Husker. Gets ticks by an urn.
Yeah.
For a second I thought he died to an Orb of Venom 28 game, but it was an urn.
That would have been even worse.
Spirit managed to push the top lane all the way towards the tier 3 tower.
And no one is responding just yet.
Rotations. They want to jump up this while Storm is pushing. Unchained can take this fight. Maybe they can win this fight, but then again, there's a Global Silence coming in. Celery, a bit too slow with that because Viper did not get affected by it because of the snowball. Wish trying to make his way out as well, and that's another hero dead.
Space created, you could argue.
Three heroes dead. There is some, well, about 1,000 damage dealt to the tower.
But yeah, like big net worth swing. They lost the Mirana. If it were just the Silence and Wind Ranger, you could argue. He did about 2/3 of the tower, but a total of like 1,000 gold going the other way for Team Spirit. That's yeah, that's a 1,000 gold swing for you.
Yeah.
It feels like Unchained is a bit clueless. Like on one hand, yeah, we keep buying time. We're up against the Husker. Like he doesn't scale that great into late game. We have a lineup that can easily run over this later down the road. But yeah, then you also have to keep in mind you don't have the most solid carries either. Like Husker, Venor, they can do a lot, and you eventually reach that stage where they have like 2 black holes with BKB on the Enigma, and I'm not sure if you want to take that risk. And oh no! At top. Oh no! No! Both of them! Oh no, both the Winter's Curse and the black hole on the illusion. Oh, not like this.
Really blew up that Storm Spirit.
Oh, I think they had a bit of a brain lag there. They used the Winter's Curse, like, this guy isn't taking damage. It must be the real one, and then they black hole over it. Oh, well,
they're gonna
got him.
Recover from one that's a mistake that just happened. Can't let it go around for too long. They must make many more mistakes here. Then again, if they can strike, zapping there, I thought he was well, but then again, Unchained know that they have an upper hand for now. They saw what just happened. Team Spirit doing. They should not underestimate Team Spirit nevertheless about what just happened. Just curious, this is a very short up again, 20 seconds, but Black Hole is on cooldown. And they need to look for a lane to push.
They will abuse this so much. That in here. Oh, also look at that setup. Someone already behind the tower with the blink dagger picked up and the Maelstrom. He can easily kill a core if he wants to. Like he can find a Skitter, he can find a Hester Joe and just take him out of the fight if he wants it.
Joe just needs to stay alive in this fight. Get a good midnight pulse down on the front hand. See how it slows up light. Look at that Shackle Shot, and there's a jump to Global Silence. This is a good fight for Unchained Esports. And what can they do with this? He almost take down the Winter Wyvern. He manages to get out. Skitter is the one who pulls down the catapults, and Area managed to dish out the tier 2 tower. They're happy with 1 kill and a tower kill. Team Spirit, they're a bit lucky they didn't lose. They just used Global Silence for it. And Black Hole is going to be up 30 seconds faster than the global silence is gonna. That could be a window.
Yeah, a little bit of a window, true, but I gotta say, like, Spirit, they seem a little bit demoralized and clueless what to do here. Like, this is not going at all according to their game plan. They wanted Husker to, like, yeah, Husker game, right? We just run in mid, what are they going to do, lol? And then, yeah, isn't working. Like, nothing is really working for them here. They're keeping in the game just by, you know, playing the game, making sure they get found themselves, but it's... Where do you get your pickoffs? Where do you get your advantage? Oh, maybe at the Roach.
Maybe at the Roach pit. Just sneaky attempt.
Oh, they have the ward here, but dewarded.
20. Fiber.
Oh, he pulls him back on high ground.
Maybe 9 can jump there. Okay. One of this position behind skirming while the bottom lane is pushed in by Mirana. Damage dealt to the tower and Team Spirit. Got 3 TPs available. Send 9 back first, and the rest back away. What is Ursa up to? Road pit, yep. Steal it. Steal it up. They might read this taunt.
Oh, do they? Maybe it's the double bait?
Some good rock. They use the Mirana ulti. They should know by now.
They know, yeah.
Is up, but can they do it? Can they do it? 7 seconds for the global silence FNG. Okay, so takes the Aegis for himself and takes the cheese as well into safety, but they've got the Enigma. The snowball save comes in from the backlines, however. Stormena drawing them even deeper into the middle of the fight. Hestejo goes for the blink, tries to play himself out of there. Guts also has to purge a couple abilities off, and they've lost 2. They lost Stormena, they've lost the Storm Spirit. Where's the global silence gonna show up? The arrow hits onto Skitter. Slash Strike manages to jump away. Beaver pinging him. Oh, he goes for the jump. Oh, he gets it.
Later, nerd.
He gets that jump.
Got him good.
The camera was moving so slow that I almost missed that one. Still went down. So, in the end, it's 2 for 2 with the actually 1 for 2 with the Aegis popping from Storm Spirit and a buyback coming in. That fight still went better for Team Spirit than what it could have.
Yeah, like it could have been a total disaster. Unfortunately, they didn't get the black hole after the Aegis respawn because the Enigma was still silenced for about a second. Plus, the arrow would have made it really hard to actually hit it. It was a pretty nasty spot to walk in that Roach and pit choke. But in the end, like, you do take down the Aegis, and Refresher Shot is going towards the silencer with the balls coming in.
That was the fastest second pause I've seen. Say at least.
Well, if you type sec, means you need a second, not more, not 2 minutes. Let's just say TeamSpeak problems, right? Right.
The Halberd on the Benno, there's a Halberd on the Husker. These are...
There's 2 ultimates on the silencer. We're looking at a total silence time of 10 seconds, and there's not many answers. Yes, you do have a BKB on the Husker, you have Greaves on the Enigma, but, well, after the first one, you're most likely to pop them, and guess what? Silencer will have 2, so that is the big answer to any big black hole shenanigans, so they will just make sure that they can take risks now. Oh, not Chained. 9!
This fight is the focus here. The global silence used up as well, and Nick does not have the Guardian Crews available to purge it off, and he gets stunned up as well, and he gets killed off. Skitter is being held inside of Winter's Curse, and he is still trying to hold his ground here, but he ends up coming out the jump onto the backlines by Slash. Make it a team wipe, as Unchained Esports looks like they're unstoppable.
Oh, this was so well executed. Finding the Husker is the first hero so far in the front line. He hadn't even had any time to pump his BKB. He was permanently stunned. There was an arrow flying around, jackal shots, Storm pulling him in. What do you do? Plus, of course, the Basher, and that's 3. Come on, make it 4. You want to force at the 4th kill. Every actually has to be careful. But look at that.
This is the Enigma, the only chance that they have left to try and salvage the situation. From the black hole, he's got no. There's the global silence by the refresher orb used up, and it's the last fight for Team Spirit unless they can hold this alive. Skitter manages to take down area. Slash Strike is trying to make his way out as well. He's still got a couple burning spears up on him, and he is able to jump away. But Celery will take this and have to back another TP away.
They
Or
do
buybacks.
lose the gem.
What did you get with it? You got 2 kills.
They got a gem in return with 2 kills, but that's only the Ursa. Look at that. Only 600 gold going away, plus the gem cost of 700. So they have, yeah, like a good 1000 gold, but for 4 buybacks on the count. The next time you take such a fight, you lose the game. And then Unchained just takes the championship.
Joe wants to go for a sheep stick. Okay, so they're not playing the greedy Enigma. Playing more of a support utility type Enigma where you can maybe stretch out those team fights and try and keep 9 alive, try and keep the Venomancer alive. These are the guys that need to be there for as long as possible. Team Spirit fights. This is their game strategy. Get jump by slash strike, and this is a very risky run. They've got an arrow as well connecting, but there's the feet. You know,
oh, good taunt.
No pain in this team, but then again might be able to take down the Storm Spirit, and he will.
Too greedy.
Be gone for 20 seconds, and that is a couple of stone charges used now. Why was I saying Fiend Script when it was a
practically Fiend Script, let's face it. Oh, do you need a glass of warm milk? But yeah, I think they really underestimated the Heaven's Halberd here on the Venomancer, because that evasion did kick in. It's 25% for Storm Spirit, unlikely to build an MKB or whatnot. This is still hits you miss on your Overload. This reduces your damage output, especially if you zip around. You don't have much time to go for these hits in between. And if you miss one of them, it makes it incredibly hard, even with an arrow on top of it. Plus, on top of that, even they overextend against the Mythos, lose a hero, and well, not the best situation, but still sitting on 15 Bloodstone charges, so it's not the worst in the world. Still up and running, and the double scan hitting, and
another arcane slash strike. Score is tied again, 23-20, like it has been almost the entire series so far.
So what are you doing on Team Spirit? You still have to see that big rotation out where they find someone that just tried that, and then it was scouted out by a double scan coming out. I feel like you need to bring the initiative. You need to jump on the silencer, right?
Yeah, they need to jump the silencer, use their big ultimates on Storm Spirit. Hey, what Team Spirit is basically doing is they're stretching the team fight. You know, like they want to stay alive for as long as they can. Get the maximum damage output out of the Poison Nova, the Midnight Pulse, the slows they have at hand, and try and win the fight from that. And if they need to use Black Hole, they will. It's not their priority. They don't need to get a big Black Hole game. That's not what they're trying to do. I want to force Unchained to use that Global Silence when Storm Spirit jumps in for a pickoff. That could be how Team Spirit can win these fights. It's something that I disapprove as an Enigma player, because what you want to do is have the initiative of taking the silencer down first, follow it up instantly with the black hole, or maybe just grab the big black hole, but that is just wishful thinking. So first things first, you kill the guy who's the worst problem you possibly have. So he has the sheep stick, so that could be one thing. You hex the silencer, you can hex the Storm Spirit, force the global silence out while Team Spirit is throwing in right clicks, maybe kill off the Storm Spirit, but even if they use silence for it with just the sheep stick, just to save the the Storm Spirit's life, Spirit will have another chance of fighting again. They can be set and go again.
Hates to the Ursa. If he finds anyone, he's dead. Oh, he's gonna walk into vision here, but oh, good control. Very well. Oh, not again.
Oh, Shackle shot, the jump onto these 3 heroes. It's not looking good at all. The silence on the Enigma, not going to be able to do anything, and they lost 3 heroes as well. The Enigma's going down as well, and it's 9 versus the world. And Unchained just might be doing it right here in this team fight. This whole game is going to be over. It's an ultra kill for Wish and Unchained with just that one great start from Stomainen, an unbelievably great shackle shot which hit me later than sooner. And oh my goodness, was that a treat to watch. And like we said before, if this Wind Ranger is going to be the reason that Unchained is going to win this game, win this tournament like they did yesterday in another tournament which they won in a best-of-5 series. They played 11 official games yesterday. They have played another best-of-3 today, which they won 2-0. They're in another best-of-3 here, and just keeping Windstrike alive. Windstreak alive in this case, not Team Windstrike, sorry for referring to them. Then again, the top racks are going down. The mid racks are being sieged up as well. 60 seconds for the Husker, 50 seconds for the Enigma, 30 seconds for the Venomancer. Area looking for anything. Jump to
another shackle.
Snap strike an area, just getting Weaver killed off. Stormaiden is around.
They will just keep doing that now.
Oh, wait.
Pentium's already secured.
And that's
GG.
G is called Unchained Esports, your new Season 2 champions. Congratulations, Unchained. What a finish for this team. They failed to qualify through the open qualifiers. They
Suns found in and wins.
They were brought in as a substitute team for the final tribe who were participating in other tournaments, and they forfeit Taurora so Unchained could take their spot, finish the group stage 5-0, and